CALUM MCFARLANE may only be in charge for one game at Chelsea, but he may well have achieved legendary status across London at Arsenal during his short spell as interim boss. Sign up for the Chelsea newsletter. Thank you. Fernandez poked in after a remarkable close-range save from Gianluigi DonnarummaCredit, Getty. The Argentina's 94th minute strike earned his side an important point credit, Getty. And what a blow he has dealt to his former employers Manchester City, the under-21s coach, who stepped up when Enzo Maresca left on New Year's Day, inspired a second-half comeback from his team. And it ended with Enzo Fernandez stabbing home a stoppage-time equaliser at the third time of asking to hand the Gunners a massive advantage in the title race. Tijjani Reijnders looked to have given City the points with his third goal in 4 appearances just before the break. Read more football. But City were not themselves and could not build on their lead or hang on, dropping points for the second time in 4 days. A difficult few days for Chelsea got worse still ahead of kick-off as they lost keeper Robert Sanchez and defender Wesley Fofana through injury. The team was on a run of just 1 win in 7 games, so there was plenty for interim boss McFarlane to ponder. City actually played a role in McFarlane's coaching journey. He also worked with their EDS where he crossed paths with Nico O'Reilly and Rico Lewis. Most read in football. Best online casinos. Top sites in the UK. It's fair to say they wouldn't have expected to be lining up against a team managed by him within a couple of years of him leaving. Even at the best of times, this has not been a happy hunting ground for Chelsea, who had won just 3 of their last 16 visits. And to make it an even more tricky assignment for McFarlane, former Ballon d'Or winner Rodri was picked to start for the first time in 3 months. All things considered, the temporary boss would have been pleased with the way his team started as they kept the home side at arm's length. They even had the first chance as Estevao got on the end of João Pedro's cross but saw his shot blocked by a diving Josko Gvardiol. But from then on, most of the action was in the visitors' half. Reijnders played a pass into the feet of Phil Foden, who cut inside but planted his left-footed shot just the wrong side of the post. Skipper Bernardo Silva twisted one way then the other before curling his shot inches over the bar. And Erling Haaland's effort took a nick off Trevor Chalobah, forcing stand-in keeper Philip Jorgensen to readjust and claw it away. Moments later the home side were within a whisker of taking the lead when Haaland collected a pass from Rodri and curled a beauty around Jorgensen, only for it to hit the inside of the post. They were getting closer and closer, so it was no surprise when the breakthrough came 3 minutes before the break. Ryan Cherki's pass was intercepted by Chalobah, but Reijnders picked up the loose ball, drifted past his man and thumped it past the visiting keeper into the roof of the net. The Dutch international has not found it easy since arriving in the Prem this summer. Replacing Kevin De Bruyne is no easy task. But that's 3 goals in his last 4 games now for the former Milan midfielder, who is now starting to look the part. Reijnders put City ahead just before halftime. Credit. Getty. The Dutchman celebrated his 3rd goal in 4 games. Credit. Getty. Callum McFarlane nabbed a point on his big day at the Etihad. Credit. PA. A halftime lead was no more than City deserved, so McFarlane had some thinking to do during the interval. He made a change with Andre Santos replacing Estevao, and the visitors immediately looked more of a threat after the break. They really should have been back on terms as Fernandez squared for Pedro Neto, who scooped his shot over the bar. Sub Liam Delap, another who was on the books at City, turned sharply before forcing Gianluigi Donnarumma into his first save of the game. Chances were coming at the other end too, with Cherki sending Bernardo clear, but Joral Hato got back to make a sliding tackle. Things got a little heated when sub Abdukodir Kusanov outpaced Delap and was shoved into the advertising hoardings by the Blues forward. Players from both teams waded in with Ruben Dias, who had already been booked, riding his luck. Recommended stories: 6 minutes of added time were held up, and proved to be crucial as Malo Gusto sped down the right and crossed low into the middle. Fernandez saw his first effort blocked by Mateus Nunes, his second was scrambled out by Donnarumma, but amazingly he got a third bite of the cherry, and poked the loose ball home.